Hello guys, welcome again. I'm sorry I was not feeling well actually a couple days ago. That's why I couldn't be online. So let's talk about Bitcoin. What happened a few days ago, right? Let's talk about this. Bitcoin actually, well, I was in short position at $122,000 around here, and I closed my position around $107,000 around here. And now after that, Bitcoin dropped a little bit more. And well, what happened after that? As you can see, Bitcoin actually is finding support around 104. 104. I think this one was only here just to kill some longs in this area. But now the question is if Bitcoin actually could hit 100k, because actually that was my target when I saw this drop. I was looking for actually this area around 100k, around this area. This area is my target actually. It's still my target. But right now, what is doing Bitcoin is, well, it's actually Bitcoin is still in sideways, testing actually the previous support with this bounce here, as you can see here, and of course eventually it's gonna tell us if actually this bounce is real or is just a retest to continue falling. What I'm trying to say is something like this, right? A bounce and after that continue falling. Now the odds are getting low to see more downside. Honestly, I think Bitcoin actually is still in sideways and is gonna be in sideways for maybe more time. And actually, I had to tell you, it could be a very good news. Let me tell you why. Because now we have a buy signal printing right now here. Buy signal printing. Also, the volatility is very high. So I am not expecting new all-time high. Of course not. But I think Bitcoin is just going to be in sideways here for a while here. Looking for a potential this buy signal. Maybe it's strong enough. Could maybe hit Bitcoin 115, 114k. It's very hard. It's very hard actually to see Bitcoin right now around 115, 16 again because we don't have volume here. But right now here, what we can think is, okay, this Bitcoin is this time. If you check this area, the ME55 here in volume was actually acting as support for volume. That's why we saw this strong bounce. But right now we don't have volatility as well here. So looks like typically when I see this kind of choppy, sideways action in price. Remember, the more times actually the asset is hitting the support, is not getting stronger. Actually, it's the opposite. It's getting weaker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, around 4 or 5 times when you see this test, continue testing here, the odds to see more downside or a breakdown actually is higher. So that's why even with the buy signal here, if you want to take it, I will do that because, well, technically speaking, Bitcoin right now is in sideways, right? It's in sideways where the support is $107,000, $108,000, and the resistance is around 120. So technically speaking, we are playing ping pong here. Yep. And actually it's working very good. Let me show you here. Buy signal here, sell signal here, buy signal here, sell signal here, and buy signal here, and sell signal. Sell signal and buy signal. Let me show you one moment. Buy signal here, and sell signal here, without actually fake outs for now. Now, here this is another buy signal. Remember, my system of trading has around 65-70% of probabilities to win. So if we count how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signals right now without fake outs. So based on probability, from this point we have to be careful because maybe this signal or maybe the next one, it could be a fake out. Okay, so that's why be careful. Remember, we are trading based on probabilities. I know my system is telling me 65%, 70% all the time actually is correct. Or what that is trend right now. So but now six straights without fake outs, well, that is a red flag. So that's why I'm very defensive and careful here. Of course, Or even with the buy signal right now here, what I'm looking for is the pullback in 4-hour chart. Let me show you here. In 4-hour chart, I didn't take this trade from this point and this point because actually it was weekend and I was not feeling very well. But now I open a short position here, right? Because following the rules of my system, this is a bounce to what? To keep falling. And as you can see here, we have a sell signal here in 4-hour chart with ADX negative here. Volume is still negative in below actually the zero line here. So I'm looking for maybe a potential test to maybe $106,000, $107,000. But I am not looking for new lows. I have to tell you this. As long as we have the buy signal here in curve, and Bitcoin is still above $107,000, I am not looking for new close to continuation to the downside. What I have to see is actually the weekly closing below $107,000, $108,000, and yes, you see that close, yes, potentially you will see 100k, even lower actually, $65,000 actually is the next target. So now if we go to multiple time frames, let me show you to the chart. To the chart right now here is not looking bad. I have to be honest with you. The volume is not our friend, but Bitcoin is holding very well the MA55 into the chart. Potentially a buy signal very soon, potentially next week or this week. And also through the chart, let me show you here. Bitcoin, no volume, I have to say it, no volume, but is holding the MA55 as well. So Bitcoin is not doing bad. At least it's defending the range, but without volume. The probability to see a breakdown, actually they are very high. But if we don't see that breakdown this week, well, potentially we could see a bounce. Yeah, remember, trading is about timing. The signal was strong a few days ago. Okay, now we have to move on and we need to check the chart again, because the fact is, even without volume, right? Remember, volume is very, very important. Bitcoin could be in sideways or a potential crash. Yes, potentially yes. But right now, Bitcoin is defending very well the area. This area, $107,000, $108,000. Now, I was reading X, and now people are calling for a major crash. So that's why I will be careful. Yeah, I will be careful, because actually Bitcoin is still holding the MA55 in 5-day chart here. I mean, this is crossing the zero line here, and technically speaking, even without volume, and it's holding the MA55 here, this is looking much better. Yeah, of course it's gonna take some time. So what I'm trying to say is, if Bitcoin holds this area for 1 week, all this week, all these signals, they will be a buy signal again. So you have to be open. Remember, I said to you, hey, now Bitcoin is about to crash. Well, I was correct. Bitcoin crashed from 122 to 103. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Now, you have to be open for the possibility, if Bitcoin holds this level all this week, because actually it's holding right now, all this week, potentially next week we could see a buy signal in higher time frames again, and potentially we could see Bitcoin sideways or continuation. Okay, so that's why now we have to always, we cannot be super bearish, we cannot be super bullish. Always we have to keep the balance. Okay, now the time actually is the best thing we can do here. The time is gonna tell us. Okay, right now, if you are bearish, you are looking for a major crash, that crash must happen this week. Yeah, if we don't see that crash this week, I will be bullish again for Bitcoin, looking for maybe another test to maybe $123,000, $124,000. Yeah. Now let's talk about the weekly chart, because weekly chart is very, very important. Let me show you something very, very interesting right now is happening for Bitcoin. Bitcoin, yeah, I know the drop was horrible, right, for altcoins, but for Bitcoin in the bigger scale, nothing happened here. Nothing happened here. Bitcoin is just testing the support, and also the train is your friend until the end. What does that mean? Well, as long as Bitcoin is holding this area, the MA55, is a buy opportunity. Bitcoin, this drop, is not actually a major thing. It's only just 10-15%. What kind of crash I want to see? What kind of crash? This crash. I want to see this crash. 50% crash in weekly chart. This is the kind of the crashes I want to see. Yeah, 10% is not a crash. 15% is not a crash for Bitcoin. Actually, the average drop for Bitcoin is 20%, 25% in bull markets. Okay, so please don't enter in panic. If you got wrecked, because I know many of you send me DM, got wrecked, you are the problem because you are using very high leverage, you are using a lot of money, and you don't have risk management. That is another problem. But Bitcoin didn't crash. Okay, this is a crash. You see, this is a crash. 50%. Bitcoin in the first crash, in the first drop, crash 40%. You see, that is a crash. I'm looking for 40-50% crash in weekly basis. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is not crashing like that, as you can see here. Since 2022, 2024, for example, from this crash was 25%. Okay, 25%. This crash was 20%, and now Bitcoin crash or correction 15%, 16%. The distance from the top to the MA55 is again 20%. So using just price action without volume, I am not talking about volume, I'm talking about price action. The fact is Bitcoin actually is doing well. Okay, so that's why even with the sell signals, even with the various divergence here, because we have a very strong various divergence, as you can see, Bitcoin is holding. Okay, I will be very bullish again if we see Bitcoin at maybe 100k, 107 in this area, as long as it's above is in this area, and in the following weeks, maybe by the first week of November or second week of November, if we see a buy signal, I have to tell you this: I'm gonna buy Bitcoin at $107,000 because potentially in December we could have the next rally, Christmas rally, like maybe 2017. So maybe another pump potentially. Now let's talk about the monthly, because the monthly actually is going to help us a lot. As you can see here, Bitcoin is holding very well this support. The support, I said before, in the monthly, price action is very obvious here. Bitcoin must hold this area, $107,000, $108,000. As long as Bitcoin is not closing the monthly below this line, everything should be fine. If by the end of this month, in only 1 week, we see Bitcoin closing below $108,000, $107,000, yes, I can tell you this is gonna be continuation, and potentially the top is already in. Now, the probability to see the we are very close, or actually we have the top actually is very, very high. Okay, that's why you, not because I am telling you right now Bitcoin is holding and is looking good, I am very bullish. No, I will be bullish only when I see the buy signal here forming in weekly chart. It's gonna take a couple of weeks, maybe 1 week or two. Okay, but today, this is the opportunity. If you are thinking Bitcoin is gonna crash, this is the week. This is the week, I think. You have to see Bitcoin crashing to 100k, but not just only 100k. You want to see a 40-50% crash from the top. That is actually the top. I want to see weekly crash around $70,000. You see, honestly, I don't think that is going to happen. So that's why I am just playing ping pong here. I am just playing ping pong right now. I am in short, looking for this signal here, as you can see, and maybe $107,000, $106,000 is going to be tested, and here I will open another long position looking for another bounce. Okay, why? Because technically speaking, as I said before, Bitcoin is in sideways right now. There is no trend. There is no trend. This is the resistance. Yeah, this is the support. Bitcoin kill. This is a stop hunting. Yeah, stop hunting here. And after we saw this bounce here, this bounce was very difficult to catch because you see here the signal was the signal fired actually this weekend here. Yeah, usually I don't trade weekends, so that's why I didn't realize about this signal around here. $107,000 was the target, the signal here, and from here was actually very decent move, 4%. I mean, in just only 3 days, it was nice. So, following the same way of, like, I saw it many times, right? Like Bitcoin likes to come here, and after that another leg down here, like it's looking like it's gonna crash. But please don't be fooled by this move, because this move, at least in my humble opinion, it could be a buy opportunity. Okay, it could be a buy opportunity, so that's why be careful here. Now let's continue with the USD dominance, because USD dominance is gonna help us a lot to actually confirm, or maybe, I don't know, refuse actually saying something different what I'm telling you right now. Okay, first of all, 1-day chart, as you can see here, sell signal ADX getting negative here. Well, I can tell you right now, yes, definitely I think Bitcoin will pump in this week. Yeah, we will see a pullback potentially around here for 50%. Yes, in 1-day chart. So maybe we could see 115k again, 116 is doable. Now, let's talk about higher time frames. 3-day chart. As you can see here, pay attention. The volume is trending. The volume is trending. Okay. Breakout. Okay. This is a breakout. Breaking even the highs of 2024. Red flag for Bitcoin. This is terrible for Bitcoin, because this is telling me market makers, institutions, they are selling Bitcoin. Okay. So don't get fooled. If you see this bounce, as I said before, in 1-day chart for Bitcoin, well, based on this thing and the volume, how it's actually pumping, because let me show you something very scary. In weekly chart, this volume is wonderful, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I am very bullish here. Volume in USDT broke the highs of March, June, and also September. Technically speaking, in volume is extremely healthy. What is it telling you is very simple. USDT, the stable coin, is the coin we use to buy Bitcoin or we enter in futures, right? We trade futures in mostly all the exchanges. So this is telling me mostly all the people in crypto, they are selling, they are taking profits. Okay, they are selling altcoins. As you saw, we have 60% crash. Of course, people took profits, right? After maybe 2-3 years holding. It's a big red flag. So the volume is telling me here, this is very clear, right? This is very clear. And the interesting part is volume is making higher highs, right? It's trending here, but USD is making higher lows. So what is this telling me? Well, it's very simple. Volatility is super contracted. As you can see in the ME55, the color is blue. When you see the color blue, that means volatility is extremely low. So this thing is getting ready to pump, and it's gonna pump like this. So that's why when I use this kind of tools, not just only Bitcoin and the indicators, I see also USDT, I can get a better idea what is going on. Well, I can tell you, Bitcoin, of course, maybe this week is gonna pump, but that pump in 1-day chart, based on probabilities, it could be a fake pump. Remember what I said to you. My system of trading has 65-70% win rate, right? The profit factor actually is very high. So because I didn't get any fake signals since here, all of them they were correct around 6. There is a high chance here is gonna be a fake out. So be aware, like I am warning you, this buy signal here in 1-day chart, it could be a fake out. Okay, please be careful here, my friend. Okay, please. If you're learning my system of trading, remember, you have to follow rules. Okay, you have to follow rules. You have my website. Of course, I'm sorry, I apologize, because it's not, I need to explain more how is working my system of trading, but at least you have all indicators how they are working, so they will help you a lot. Yeah, but remember, timing is extremely important. And you know the system has a win rate between 60%, 65%, around sometimes even 70. Well, the system is gonna fail very soon. So this signal, it could be fake, or maybe if this is real, the next one here, it could be fake. We have to be careful here. The next following 3 signals could be fake, including this one. Okay. Now, let's continue with USD dominance, because I have the most important chart, the monthly. The monthly is screaming for a breakout. I can tell you, based on this chart, the top is already in for Bitcoin. I can tell you based on this chart. So why? But this chart is not moving, right? Yeah, it's not moving. Exactly, it's not moving. It's actually the volatility contracted. Let me show you. Excuse me, I closed the door. Okay, so let me show you here. Volatility is super contracted here, right? Super contracted. This is accumulation phase. Why? Because the asset is consolidating here in the volume profile. Yeah, this area is support. Okay. Now let me show you something else. We have a buy signal forming in monthly. Here we have this buy signal, and not just only that. We have this trend line. I don't like to use trends, but sometimes for volume I use it. As you can see, very obvious trend line, and we had the breakout in August, September. Okay, volume is wonderful, at least in my system for me, because it's telling me based on volume what could happen even if before the asset is gonna move. Many times I saw it. So this is a breakout, and it's telling me what we saw this month and last month is a major sell-off. Yeah, many people, institutions sold Bitcoin and crypto. So there is a very high chance we are very close to the top, and this thing is about to break out. In the monthly, in 1 year and a half, this is a target around maybe 8%, 9%. So Bitcoin will hit maybe $40,000. Yeah. So that's why. Careful here. Careful here. Okay. Now, by conclusion, your favorite altcoin, I don't care your altcoin, how special is your altcoin, is gonna crash. But hype is, oh my god, I don't care. Solana, oh my god, I don't care. Ethereum, I don't care. But XRP is the new whatever, I don't care. Everything is gonna crash. Okay? So, you wanna see invalidations? Yeah, sure. We have to see this thing for maybe at least 6 months in sideways here, and this buy signal here forming a sell signal here, and in that point, maybe 2026, I will change my technical analysis to the downside, and yeah, we will see Bitcoin to 1 million if you want. But right now, I am warning you, 2026, maybe by the end of the year, maybe just this month, and potentially by the end of the year, or maybe even this move we saw to the to 123, it could be the last move of the year for Bitcoin. We are facing the top of the market right now. I could be wrong. Yeah, definitely yes. Yeah, but that's why I always apply risk management, because I cannot predict the future, right? So that's why I use probabilities to actually see what is going on. Now, if we go to Ethereum, in the monthly, we have a very strong bearish divergence, as you can see here. And of course, no way we will see $5,000 actually is going to crash. This thing is going to crash very, very hard. Potentially looking for maybe 1,900, potentially yes. Solana, we have, in Solana actually is doing much better than Ethereum, but because it's going to follow Bitcoin around 114, 120, that is the target. If you see weekly chart, actually we have a fresh sell signal here for Solana as well. Yeah, my point is, you see weekly chart for all the top 20 assets. As you can see here, is a sell signal. Yeah, a sell signal. This is a sell signal. Many of them, they are firing the same signal. You see Cardano, the same thing. The only one that actually is following Bitcoin is very strong, right, is BNB. But even BNB is getting rejected actually from 1,200. Sell signal is forming. The only thing missing is the ADX negative here. In the moment when you see the ADX negative, I think BNB is going to be around $900, 700, 800, around there. So just be aware. I'm telling you, please, is you are in FOMO, thinking, oh yeah, we will have the analysis season. I don't know what you were doing the last 2 years, because the market was so generous, very generous. For example, hype from $11 to $40, $50, $47, 500%, really. BNB, wonderful chart. Look at this. Since 2022, like the bull market started around here, 2022 here, around 600%. XRP around 600% as well. Let me show you here, around 600%. And actually, the market has been so generous with us in this bull market. I don't know where. I don't know. Maybe it's because you entered too late. Right now, for me, in the big picture, Ethereum is super disappointing for me because in this bull market since 2022, Ethereum is in sideways, just making only 200%. It's actually, it's terrible. The performance of Ethereum is very, very bad, actually. Tron, for example, Tron is one of my favorite coins. Why? Because I don't care. It's the first generation. I don't care. But this thing is doing. I don't know what is they are doing. Of course, they are using this TRX for transactions in the protocol when we send USDT. Makes sense. That's there. Maybe that is a fundamental, but I don't care. The thing is that since 2023, this thing made 500%. So I am telling you, no financial advice, but potentially what kind of coins you should buy in the next cycle. Yeah. In my case, my portfolio, I will share it when the time comes. Yeah, in the investing channel. I don't do that. Why? Because there is no point to do that right now because everything is too expensive. Yeah. And also this one. This one is just a pump and dump. Careful with this thing. I don't care what it's doing here, but this is just a pump and dump. Classic pump and dump. When you see this kind of things, it's pump and dump. And actually, honestly, I don't short altcoins, but this one is gonna be the first one I'm thinking to short when the time comes. I am looking for a better divergence in the chart, and I will open just maybe 2x short here, looking for maybe a major crash to maybe 140, 110. If it become crash, it's gonna be very super helpful. Now let's talk about more. Let me show you, for example. I think that's all with crypto. Let me see the comments. Oh, nice, Manik. Congratulations. Nice. Okay. Follow the rules. Remember, protect your assets. Risk management is extremely important. Don't follow your emotions, okay? Don't follow your emotions. If you stay more time in this live stream, I'm gonna show you how to was a typical buy signal and sell signal. Okay, in the last 10 minutes of the live stream, I can tell you how to identify buy signals and sell signals in my system. Okay, I will continue this with the stock market, and after that I will move to the last part of the live stream where I can actually show you how to identify the buy signal, the signals in my system. Okay, let me move to the stock market. First of all, I want to track the assets I am actually holding right now. I am not financial advisor, right? Okay, but look at this. This thing is beautiful. ADX negative here. Well, it was negative, but we still have the bullish divergence here. But the most important chart is the monthly, and the monthly, even without volume, is holding very well the support, and we will see a buy signal very soon. And also using BSA OBB, I can tell you this crash is a fake out because there is no volume to support this crash. Okay, so that's why I'm very bullish here, looking for actually a bounce. Now Colgate, I am holding actually Colgate as well. Let me show you here with Colgate. Where is Colgate? Here. I am very bullish here. Yeah, buy signal very soon, maybe in the next month, as long as it's holding this area. And I am very bullish here because we have the strongest support, historically speaking, since 2015. Yeah, of course, Colgate is gonna react. It's gonna take a few months, but it's gonna react from here and it's gonna bounce. Okay, in weekly chart, let me show you here. In weekly chart, we have a beautiful sell buy signal forming. Bullish divergence actually. The only thing is missing is the ADX negative. And after that, I am looking for this bounce where the target should be the MI55 around 10%. Yeah, but well, actually I'm looking for the monthly. The monthly is actually the signal I am looking for here, because the trend is your friend and this thing is trending to the upside. Okay, this is trending to the upside. This was just a pullback, breakout, pullback, and after that continuation. Okay. Now let's continue with more. I'm gonna continue with gold because, well, gold hit my target. $4,000 was my target. Now the next target is 4,500. It's almost there. I don't see any major signals or crash. Please don't follow YouTubers who say that. Seriously, oh my god, gold crash in 5 minute chart. Oh my god, seriously, I cannot believe how people are so dumb and stupid. Like they believe these kind of charts. 5 minute charts. 1 hour chart. Sorry, it's crashing. Oh my god, stop following that people. Okay, seriously. Volume is your friend. Volume is beautiful, wonderful here. You see, there is no evidence of a crash. When you see the volume here, it doesn't matter what curve is saying to you because volume is the leading indicator. Volume is extremely important, so that's why even if you have a sell signal here, but the volume is healthy, don't trust this signal. Don't trust this signal. Okay. Now, let me show you here the weekly chart. Weekly chart, wonderful here, beautiful. No signals or correction. Yeah. If we see a correction, it's gonna be just a pullback to buy more. Okay. Now let's talk about silver because someone asked me about silver. I was so bullish in silver. I said to you last year, silver accumulation phase is gonna pump. And let me show you. Let me show you because people call me crazy sometimes. And I said to you here, my friend, here, last year, this is consolidation. Consolidation here. We have a fresh buy signal here, as you can see here, and this is the buy, $20. Yeah, because it's gonna take so long, maybe 2 years, who knows? But after that, sideways and after a pump. And here I said to you, ADX is positive here. We don't have volume here, but we can read price action. This is sideways. It is looking like a breakout, and as you can see, it's breaking out. New all-time high, yes. When you see metals pumping like this, yeah. When you see metals like gold, silver pumping like this, get ready, because eventually, not now, maybe not 2026. By definition, many people who are experts in finance, of course, based on historical data, is where we could expect the major crash in the markets. It could be maybe 2027, it could be 2026, but we are very close to see something like that. In my case, I am very happy because I want to see that. I want to buy opportunity to buy very cheap. But when you see silver making a new all-time high since 2000, the 80s, let me show you here. This is a big red flag for the stock market. You don't want to see the metals super bullish like this because market makers, they are dumping Bitcoin, they are dumping all the stuff, all the things they have, Nvidia, all the massive bubble. We have the Nvidia as well because Nvidia is a bubble, at least for me, right? It's up to you, right? For me, it's a big bubble, Nvidia, with OpenAI, all that shit. And why I'm saying this, because I don't want to see the metal so bullish. Even gold, and gold was the first one, now is silver. And this thing is gonna keep pumping. It's gonna keep pumping forever and ever, at least for maybe 1 year or two. Okay, I'm very bullish here. I am very bullish here. You see, it's wonderful. It's beautiful, this. Okay, now let's continue with another one. So what I'm trying to say here is very simple. If you are making profits in the stock market, congratulations. But please, learn how to take profits. Okay, because these kind of things sometimes, only sometimes, they crash very bad. Like this. Yeah, 83%. And this one, 70%. If you think that doesn't happen in the stock market, please learn history, okay? 2020, in the pandemic, 70% crash. So if right now, for example, Nvidia crash 70%, it's gonna hit around $50. You see? Buy opportunity? Sure. But you have to be ready here. You don't want to be trapped here, right? You want to buy here, okay? One love, okay, one love, yes. Actually, I agree with you because there is no resistance. There is no resistance. $100 actually for me is doable. Actually, it's possible because there is no resistance. Okay. So EMD is doing very well. Breakout. This is very bullish. Remember what I said to you. This actually one of my favorite trades. I open a long position here and I close my position here. And this breakout, I didn't do that. I didn't hold enough. But it was very obvious because we had a buy signal here. You see, I told you in July. Yeah, in July. Also in BABA, I bought a 74 74 here, and after that now it's at 200. In my case, I close from here to here because this is my target. I am not perfect, of course not. I follow my seasonal trading where this is the buy signal and always the ME55 is gonna be my target. If the thing is doing another push, well, it's not my business because it's out of my system. Okay, it's not part of my system. Okay, now let's talk about Google, for example. Google's new all-time high here. Yes, beautiful. I don't see signals of a crash. I think it's gonna happen in 2026. Let me show you here. ADX negative here. No, ADX positive. Volume is very healthy. I don't see signals of a major crash in the market. So enjoy, still enjoy. Yeah, but please learn how to take profits. Learn. Don't be too greedy, right? Okay, now let's continue with the last phase of the last part of this live stream. I'm gonna show you how to. You are learning my seasonal trading. It's very simple, very simple. The first rule you have to learn is this: the MA55, this moving average, that is blue and red and darker blue, is our dynamic support, right? It's very simple. When the price is above the MA55, we are looking for pullbacks. When the price is below the MA55, we are looking for shorts. Simple. Okay, so right now here in 4-hour chart, let me show you a very good example. Crash, and when you see a bounce here, you're looking for shorts. Here you're looking for shorts, following the trend, and the trend in 4-hour chart is to the downside. You see, every time when you see the price very close to the ME55 is the moment when you need to start looking for what? You need to start looking for the volume and the momentum. Yeah, not in the middle, not before, not after. Okay, when you see the price very close to the ME55 is when you know you have to start watching the chart. Okay, in 4-hour chart, this thing is trending to the downside, as you can see here, right? Now, the same thing for an uptrend. Let me show you here. We have an uptrend. Yes, we have an uptrend here. Yeah. The price pump. Yes. You don't buy here. You don't care about this. You don't care about this. The rule is you have to wait for the price to come to the ME55, and only here is when you see volume and momentum. If you have a buy signal, that means ADX is negative. ADX is negative. The ADX is negative plus momentum is darker purple, plus the volume is in this case is almost flat. I mean, it's not trending. What I'm trying to say is not trending negative. It's not trending to the downside. Well, okay, you can enter here, yeah, but not before, not after. The price must be very close to the ME55 to start looking for entries. The reason why the ADX I want to be negative is because, remember, ADX is not telling me the direction of the price. It's telling me the power, the power of that movement. So when the ADX is negative, this is telling me the momentum to the downside is getting weaker. So that's why there is a very high chance it could be a reversal. Yep, as you can see here. Now, same thing here. You buy here and you sell here when the ADX is negative and you have the darker blue, and you close your entry here. You buy here and you close here. And now if you want to enter in short, no. Why? Because at least in 4-hour chart the price is above the ME55, so you follow the trend. The next entry is when the price is crashing and is again very close to the ME55. Repeat the process. You wait for the purple darker purple signal. The ADX positive here is positive here, so there is no entry signal here. There is no entry. You see? It's a filter. No, thank you. You don't enter here. You wait for the next one. Okay? You enter here, yes, because the price is in ME55 here, and the ADX is trending negative here. And after that, nice to have. You have the volatility blue. If you want to really, when you master, okay, being patient is a skill. Okay, you are patient enough is a skill. When you see the blue color in the ME55 or this blue cloud, is telling you a major move is coming. major move, explosive move. It's your job as a trader to say which direction, to the upside or to the downside. Okay. In this case, let me show you with a small exercise. Yeah. With a small exercise here. We are here. Okay. My job as a trader is saying the direction. If you're doing this, my friend, well, you have no idea what you're doing. Okay. If you see YouTubers doing this, unsubscribe because they want to sell you something. They are not traders. Okay. Real traders, what they do? They said, okay, first of all, we need to check, is the price very close to the MI55? Yes. Okay, check mark. Is the volume healthy? Well, at least it's not crashing, it's flat. Okay, kind of. Okay. Is the volatility very low? Oh, yes. Oh, this setup is something you want because you want to catch strong moves. So low volatility is the key. Okay, check. And the price is about MI55? Yes. So that means no shorts. No shorts. It's holding the MI55. Okay, perfect. And after that, it's gonna trigger a buy signal, and here when it's gonna trigger the buy signal, you enter potentially here. Okay, and just protect your entry. Risk management is the most important thing. Okay, in another live stream, maybe tomorrow, I can teach you how to set your stop loss. Yeah, I'm gonna make it easy for you, but in real life scenarios, it's gonna be very difficult. And I have to tell you this: you are gonna spend a lot of time trying to figure out where you should put your stop loss. Okay, now the result is very simple. You see, very simple. Yeah, and this kind of moves only one time per month or 2 times per month, no more than that, because the price, it takes long time for the volatility to start decreasing. Okay, so now let's continue with another example. Let's do that in higher time frames, weekly chart. Remember, if you want to learn my system of trading, you can enter to my website and you can actually sign up. I have a Patreon. There are 2 ways to enter to the content. The first content is you support the channel with Patreon, and the second is you are trading with bluffing using my my link. It's just to support the channel. That's all. Because my content is actually free. You can learn my system of trading here, but you want to speed up the process to learn my system of trading, well, the content is there. Okay, but it's up to you. Okay, it's optional. You can learn my system of trading if you are actually very loyal and watching my live streams very often. Or I have 4 years of live streams. You can watch many of them, and all of them I am actually explaining the same thing. Yeah, because in real life, trading is boring. You have to repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Okay? No Lambos, no Dubai, no nothing. You need to learn first this as you are software engineer or doctor, whatever, and after finally you learn, you repeat, and repeat until finally you get it. Okay? And paper trading is gonna help you. It's gonna help you to understand my system of trading. But even you have a perfect score, 70% probabilities you won in the paper trading, you are so good, you are lying to yourself. Why? Because you are not putting money in the table. Yeah. You need to test yourself. You use $10, it's not gonna work because you will not feel it. You have to put a number in the market like it makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. For example, some people they feel very uncomfortable trading with $1,000 because they think $1,000 is a lot of money in their context. It's totally fine. If that number makes you feel uncomfortable, you save $1,000 and automatically you say, okay, this money potentially I'm gonna lose it, but I'm gonna use it to learn. To learn what? How to control my emotions. You see? You apply your system. There is a very high chance you will lose that money, but don't see it as you're losing money. You are learning how to control your emotions. Yeah. And over the time, finally $1,000 is not gonna be a problem for you. You will handle it because that is the point. And after that, you continue with the next one. When you finally you realize now you feel comfortable with $1,000, you can make money. Perfect. Now the next target maybe 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. You see, it's more about psychology than trading. Yeah. So that's why be careful here if you are actually thinking like just with paper trading is gonna be enough. No, it's not gonna be enough, my friend. Okay, paper trading is just 70% is psychology of trading, 70% is psychology of trading, and 30% is execution, technical analysis. Okay, if you don't, you can master this one because it's more predictable, but if you don't master your emotions, you will lose like all the people. Okay. I mean, I can share all of I can talk about psychology of trading for 1 hour. Seriously, I have so many ways to handle that. Yeah, but sadly, it's actually one of the topics people don't care, and it's okay. It's fine because actually we need. Sorry for saying that, but we need dumb people in the market. We need them. If people become smarter in the market, think about it. It's gonna be very difficult to make money, right? So we need stupid people with money. Yeah, it's a business. It's a business. It's a business. Okay, don't feel sad because we are here to trade. When you win something, someone else, somewhere else in the world, they lost that money. Okay, that's why it's trading. You are trading. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's continue. 5 minutes more. I'm gonna continue with weekly chart. Last example. Let me show you a very good example of one of my best calls for Bitcoin. It was in 2021. Let me show you this example. In 2021, 4 years ago is when I started my YouTube channel, and you go to maybe the top MN Crypto on all the kind of guys. All of them they are together. You watch that time. Many guys like him and other guys they love to do this. This pattern is a whatever, right? So Bitcoin is consolidating here, right? The next target is wow, it's 170%, and oh, okay, 117% is 160k. You see, breakout, and it's very interesting because at the same time here, I was saying, hey, careful here because the market is about to crash. Yeah. In that time, I have only just maybe couple followers. I don't know. You remember this guy, the tech lead, is a YouTuber. I know. I think he's still famous, but he was promoting a million token shitcoin. He used that coin to scam many people in 2021. I was there for fun. And when I noticed so many people were so greedy and bullish, I posted, "Hey guys, well, I respect what you said, but the market is about to crash." So why? Because, well, I have a system of trading and this and that, and well, all of them, they blocked me and everything. But what happened? The market crashed. Okay, and let me tell you why. First of all, applying my system, no news. I don't care the news. I don't care what. No, I don't care the news. Pure technical analysis. Low volatility. A big move is about to happen. First thing, I have to pay attention here. Weekly chart is telling me you have to pay attention. Okay, since September 2021. Okay, first of all. Okay, now let's continue with the second one. The second one, multiple better divergences. Okay, OBB, the volume, Bitcoin is making higher highs, but volume is making higher lows over the time. You see, higher lows, multiple better divergences. So this move, when Bitcoin started printing multiple better divergences, was not supported by volume. Plus, better divergence in momentum. Yeah, the price was making a new high here, right? But the momentum was making a lower high, right? And the only thing it was missing, it was the ADX. The ADX, when it's almost flat like this, there is a very high chance it's gonna turn down. Its slope is gonna be negative. So that's the reason technically speaking, I call the top there. Not exactly at that number, right? But I knew it will be. We will be very. Bitcoin was actually printing almost the top there. We were in the top, very very close to the top. So what happened after that? Yeah, Bitcoin actually pumped to 69, and I know people call me crazy because you see Bitcoin is pumping, blah blah blah. And after that, I opened a short at $66,600. Yes, and well, after that, I hold for maybe or maybe 2 3 months, and Bitcoin just crashed to TDK. Yeah, my first target was $40,000, and the second target was around TDK, as you can see. Okay, no news, no nothing. It's just probabilities. Of course, my system of trading is not perfect. My system of trading is not perfect, but in higher time frames, I am very proud to say is actually very good. You can ask to all the community, right? I have traders that are using my system for around 4 years, and I am very happy to say most of them they recover their investments, or even right now they are actually in profit. If we apply the same principle right now for the bottom of Bitcoin, as a last example, let me show you here. Bitcoin was crashing here, okay? And I said in that time, same thing. We apply the system. Low volatility, we have to pay attention. The market is actually dropping, right? The market is dropping. Yes, but what happened with volume? Volume is actually making new highs. You see, it's trending to the upside. Obvious Bollinger divergence in volume. The last piece of this puzzle is we can enter here, or we wait for a potential buy signal here, another confirmation here. Yeah, let me show you what happened after that, because this is not the entry. Yeah, let me show you the entry. Now we have this fake out, as you can see here. Curve is showing this momentum here, like potentially a sell signal, this crash. But what happened here? Now we have an official Bollinger divergence forming in price with volume in OBV and also curve. And plus, the ADX slope is getting negative here. So here, my friend, is a time to buy at $17,000, 16, 18. You don't have to be exact. I mean, it's very impressive. Some traders said, Bitcoin is gonna pump to $100,000 with 0.3 cents. Oh wow, really? How do you know the decimals? How many zeros? Seriously, it's impressive. But well, as you can see here, I bought here in a spot, and also I opened long position, looking for a $27,000, $30,000 target in the following 3 months. Yeah, and you can go to my channel around this time, and you can see it, right? Because actually I executed this trade. And as you can see here, of course, it takes time because it's weekly chart. We're talking about months, 3 months, around 3 months. Let me speed up this thing. Oh, well, actually now it's happening. As you can see here, because I have a seasonal trading, my target always is gonna be the MA55. So when I saw this pump here, thank you. I took my money. Yeah, I made from this point and this point, I made 58%. And that is the way how with technical analysis, with a proven system, you can actually make profits. But remember, you have to follow rules. Okay? You can watch maybe John Wick. I like that movie. You follow rules. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Have a very good day. See you tomorrow. Okay, let's see if Bitcoin actually can hold this range. One more pump, and let's see after that if we see continuation to 100k.